Happy Thanksgiving 2024, everybody. For everyone who's here live and anyone who may be watching this on demand after the fact, I hope you're having a great day. My day has just begun, and I'm excited to spend an awesome podcast with all of you. Today, we'll be talking about some updates to my capture setup, and of course, what I'm most thankful for this year, because what a year I have had. Completely unexpected, never planned, but man, has it been a good one. And so today we will focus on that and talk about it. It should be a great one. And of course, we're going to learn to fly when we chill today in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So it is Turkey Day. Get your bibs tucked under your neck. Get your napkins and utensils ready. Pop out that turkey. Get the stuffing, veggies, cranberry sauce, pumpkin pie. It's time for a very special holiday edition of the Level 1 Podcast.
Get ready for some meaningful content, because the king is back, the king of the live stream, the king is back. Woo!
It is. Alrighty, folks. Hello and welcome to the show. Today, indeed, is American Thanksgiving, Thursday, the 28th of November, 2024. I'm DSP, and I welcome you here to the Thanksgiving Day special. Right now, in New York City, there's a Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, but here in Renton, Washington, I'm streaming a podcast. Woo! Very exciting. All right, we have a lot to talk about today. We really do. Being that it is American Thanksgiving, it means that it's the day that we all, as Americans, sit down, think about all the good things in our lives, and we focus on them, and we give thanks and gratitude for these amazing things. This is not the day to focus on the negative. It's the day to focus on the positive, all right? So, to all of you out there having a good day today, I hope you have a good one. I know that many of you probably will just watch this podcast after the fact. That's perfectly fine. We're probably going to have very low attendance today. I wouldn't be shocked if we have like half attendance of what we usually have. So many people today are spending time with family and friends and relatives and significant others and loved ones, and they're cooking. I'm no different. Today, my wife, Kat, will be cooking a veritable feast for us. Thing is, she doesn't want me involved. She's like, let me master this feast, and you do your thing. And then when you're done, come down and basically serve, because that's what she's gonna do. She's gonna cook, and I'm going to cut and the roast and serve and do that. So this should be an exciting day for sure. First off, let's talk about what we'll be doing, because I want you to know what we're doing here and then what I'm doing for food after. All right. So today we have a Level 1 podcast, and we're going to talk about a few different things on the show. First off, obviously, I want to talk about what I'm most thankful for this year, because what an amazing, crazy year it has been, completely unexpected. Just think about this. At the beginning of 2024, if someone would have told you, so just so you know, this year, Darkside Phil's going to have a resurgence. People are actually going to want to collab with him and do stuff. People are going to be talking about him in a positive light. He's going to be getting so much more support. He's going to completely and utterly upgrade everything he does times 10, right? He's going to start doing a political show by the end of the year. He's going to be doing collabs and interviews. Would you have believed any of that? Honestly, if you had told me that in January, I would have been like, nah, what are you talking about? But it's funny how life works, right? It really is. So I am excited for sure for the future. But today we talk about everything that's happened this year that's been so great and positive. And I'm going to show you a few things that I've only mentioned or talked about, but you don't know about yet, or you haven't seen. I'm going to show you firsthand what I'm talking about. Okay? Good stuff. Now, in addition to that, my new capture device has arrived. This is what I'm going to be using to capture and stream moving forward. However, there's another issue that has arisen. So we're going to talk about that today. We may or may not do a live unboxing of this. We may or may not actually dabble in getting it to work. Reason being, I can't fully get it to work yet because I need yet another thing to get it to work with my computer. This is getting absolutely ridiculous at this point. But this is the point that I've been making with you guys for so many years. I said, getting into PC gaming, incredible high-end capturing and streaming, it's just so much work because it's overly complicated for no reason. Reason being, humans are fallible creatures. And in the design of technology, they're just not capable of saying, let's do something that's simple but works well. They can't do that. Humans have to do 500 workarounds, rigmaroles, stupid things. You're going to see what I mean today, because even after all that we've been through the last 2 days, the arrival of the PC, trying to get the internal capture card to work, realizing it won't work because that motherboard doesn't work with it, then saying, okay, I'll order the top of the end external capture card that does 4K, 60 frames, everything top of the line, then guess what? This also, as of now, will not fully work with my new PC. I'll explain why. Don't worry, we'll get to all of this, okay? But maybe we'll do an unboxing today. It's up to you. I'd like to see what this thing looks like. Maybe we'll get up. Apparently it has RGBs. It was funny because someone asked me, does the capture device, is it going to have RGBs? I was like, I don't know. I look at it, it says right on it, oh yeah, it has RGBs on it. Why? What? So let me get this straight. You could put RGBs on it, but you couldn't put a cable in the box that would work with everyone's PC. That was too difficult. Anyway, so we'll talk about all of this, okay? And I have something else to talk about. You know what it is yet? I'm just curious. Does anyone know what else I have to talk about? Does anyone have any idea what else I could possibly have to talk about today? Anyone? Anyone? Now, obviously, the elephant in the room. Look. I'm wearing my new sweatshirt. This is the new design of sweatshirt that you can get on darksidephil.shop right now. It was one of the new sweatshirts that was featured over there. Remember, there's the DSPGaming logo with the crown. There's the DSPGaming without the crown. And then there's the new Red Dead Redemption style logo. And this is a very nice shirt. Very comfy. Perfect timing of the year. Now that we're in the fall and going to head into the winter within about a month's time. Give it a look at darksidephil.shop. This is the large size, and it fits pretty much perfectly on me. But I got the extra large hoodie, and that was a little bit more loose and comfy. So it depends. If you want a nice fitted style, get the large. If you want a little bit looser, get the extra large. But that's if you're my body type, of course. Depends on how big you are or how small you are. So, good stuff. Give it a look. darksidephil.shop. All right? Okay. So, before we get started with all of our topics that we're going to cover today, obviously, I would like to direct your attention. 87 straight streams, hitting the goals, crushing the trolls, winning, having a great time. Doesn't matter if I'm gaming, if I'm podcasting, if I'm doing a show about politics, if I'm just shooting the shit, if I'm just taking a shit. You guys love the content I'm putting out, and you have supported it so much in the last couple of months. That's definitely a huge positive that has helped me tremendously. You're going to see some of the stuff I'm going to show you today that I'm grateful for is directly because of you, because you have supported me so much that things have dramatically improved in my life and for my family over the last several months. You know, most notably, the one thing that's the biggest, right? No longer do I have to worry about, this week I need to raise a certain amount of tips on a stream. I need to have this amount of this. I'm good. Like, you know, I'm actually in a good position right now where, I've been making so much that I'm good. I'm liquid, as they say. I have liquidity. It's not like, I'm desperately nervous that if I don't have a few good streams that things are going to go bad, or, oh no, I can't afford the new game this week because I didn't have many tips today. You know what I mean? All I needed was a couple months of solid, support and performance, which I've gotten and is continuing. And it is amazing, an amazing feeling. Thank you all for giving me that peace of mind, because that's literally what it is. It's peace of mind. Instead of worrying about, oh no, we have to do this today, or what am I going to do later this week? It's like, I don't worry about that anymore. I sleep soundly. I wake up the next day, raring to go. Hey, what are we doing today? We're doing great gameplay. We're going to test out a new piece of equipment. We're going to talk about this topic. We're going to do some politics stuff. We're going to do interesting stuff every day. And hey, a new game coming out? Sure, I'll buy it. Who cares? Let's do it. That's the flexibility and the liquidity I've never had until the last few months. Seriously, like I always wished I had it since I became a streamer, and I never did. And when you guys were like, Phil, why can't you do all the stuff other streamers do? That was literally why. And now I'm good. So thank you. That's why this is so important. Keeping that going keeps me at that level and allows me to continue to have the peace of mind and flexibility as a creator. So thank you to everyone who is supporting me so much. All right. Now, we have 2 more to go today and tomorrow. All right. 2 streams. And if we hit the goals, those 2 streams, I'll be doing a special DSP Tries It tomorrow on Black Friday. Wendy's trying 3 of their new menu items. The new mushroom bacon cheeseburger, the new salted caramel frosty, and the returning from retirement taco salad. Yes, it'd be very exciting to try these new items from Wendy's, a triple taste test on DSP Tries It tomorrow. So let's do it. Again, that's another thing because of your positivity. I was able to bring DSP Tries It out of retirement and bring it back as a regular weekly thing because I don't have to worry about it making money. It doesn't have to at all. It doesn't. I mean, it makes like 1,000 views, so it probably makes me like $4. Why do I care? Don't need to. See? Pretty awesome. Exactly right, Swagonito. He says, must be nice feeling and knowing you can go to work and be excited without being fully stressed, and I'm happy you finally got here. Yeah. Like, that's what people didn't understand is when I was sitting here and doing embarrassing things on this very stream, like saying, hey, we got to do a marathon today, and I hope I raise $1,000 during the marathon, right? Or, please tip me today because if you don't, I can't afford the new game on Friday. It was the lowest of lows. You know what I mean? Like, it was embarrassing. It was tough to do. I had to do it to make a living. But now things have flipped for the positive in such a big way. I've got support from people on YouTube, from people on Kick, from people just in general. I got people coming by saying, hey, listen, we want to help you. I'd like to donate a thing for your setup. I'd like to do this and that. Like, whoa, really? Thank you. Amazing. What a wave of positivity, the likes of which I have not seen in over a decade. That's what I'm thankful for, man. This whole flip of attitude towards me. Awesome. Okay, anyway. Oh, really? Radical Justice, I'm surprised your taco salad's coming back. I don't think it ever left Canada. Yeah, I don't think they had it for the longest time. You remember I had it so many years ago and I got sick. I wonder if that's why they removed it from the menu. It could be. It could be they took it off the menu because people were getting sick from it. And now they brought it back over a decade. Because that was one of my earliest DSP Tries-Its. That was like, what, 2010? You're talking almost 15 years ago I ate that thing. And I'm going to try it again tomorrow, apparently. Huy. All right, well, folks, before we begin with all of our topics, I got shout-outs to do. People are being incredibly generous already. So let's do some shout-outs. First of all, thank you to Perry the White, who just gifted 10 subs over on Kick. There are our first contributions here. Thank you, Perry. FYI, if you guys support me on Kick today, it helps a ton because Kick will be paying me in the next few days. They usually pay around the 1st of the month. And because of that, anything that you gift today on Kick, I'll be getting pretty much, right away. And it helps a ridiculous amount. So thank you for that, Perry. That is so much appreciated. Thank you, Perry. Anyone else over on Kick who gives subs today or becomes a sub will help me a lot for this upcoming month, this first week. Okay? So thank you, Perry. Now, oh, by the way, I've totally forgotten. Remember I made animations for gifted subs and I haven't been playing them? I've been very naughty. This is not good. We're heading into the Christmas season. And I've been very naughty. All right? I need to play those animations for you guys. Oh, excuse me. My page is glitching. My animation page is glitching. Let me refresh it. In the meantime, oh, did it just start working now? It started working, but then it refreshed, and now it's loading. Okay, hold on. Here we are. So, Perry the White, thank you for 10 gifted subs over on Kick. I should start playing the animations. Thank you, Perry. Now, tips-wise, a bunch of people have already tipped. So let's go ahead and jump into that, shall we? We start off today with a $3 tip from Chocoboco. He says, hey, happy Thanksgiving. I'll be having my grandma's enchiladas, but not too much. I don't want to get sick. So you have a Hispanic family making enchiladas. That's awesome. It's cool. Here's the thing. America has always been known as a melting pot. When I say America, I mean the United States, right? The United States is a melting pot, which means that people from all walks of life, from all cultures, have come here in harmony to live together and coexist. And so if your family has an ethnicity that's not, just American, bring that to the table. Have some enchiladas today. Dang, have a lasagna. Have some pierogies, right? Have a big stinky cheese, Gruyere cheese on a French bread if you really want. I don't know why you would want to if you want. You could do that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Bring that ethnicity to the table for variety's sake. I don't think anyone's going to complain as long as it's delicious, and enchiladas sure sound delicious. I received a $10 tip. Hold on. Let me go ahead and play a $10 tip animation. By the way, for the record, guys, today we are in absolutely no rush. Today is Thanksgiving. We're chilling today. We don't have to rush into gameplay, nothing. We're just going to relax, have a nice, enjoyable, interactive podcast together, right? We're going to maybe do something with this. I don't know. We'll see. And we're going to do some flights. No pressure. All right? I want you to understand that. No pressure whatsoever today. Everyone just relax and have a good day. Okay? Cool. So a $10 tip. This person says, I'm thankful for all the lols and content you provided over the years for myself and the curator. Have a good one. I don't know what the reference to the curator is. The only curator that I know about would be from Dark Pictures Anthology. So I don't know if that's a reference to that or something else. Maybe it's something else. But anyway, thank you for an anonymous $10 tip to it today. Appreciate that. Moving on, I received a $2.10 tip. Oh no, it's a troll. Never mind, it's a moron. I didn't look at the email address. My fault. So that person can kiss my butt cheeks. I received a $10 tip from Darziak, who says, have a happy Thanksgiving. Thank you so much, Darziak. I appreciate that. I guess we should get Darziak on the leaderboard considering the other $10 tip was anonymous. Thank you, Darziak. And that gets us up to $73 in tips today. Or excuse me, in contributions today. So we're already almost halfway to the goal for the stream. Excellent. In addition, Walk Warrior, 8 months as a member, says, thank you for all the content over all these years. You are welcome, Walk Warrior. 16 years and still going, right? I started in 2008, if you can believe it. 2008 was the year when I began making regular content on YouTube. And here we are, the end of 2024. That means 2025 is year 17 for me. Holy crap, right? Holy crap. Over on Kick, Luna the Moth King says, happy Thanksgiving to you and all you beautiful Yankee bastards. Well, thank you, Luna the Moth King, who I'm assuming is across the pond. Today, it's just a normal day for you, so you could just chow down on your traditional British breakfast of beans and 5,000 kinds of greasy meats. Maybe have a little cucumber finger sandwich for me. All right, enjoy. Let's see. Genesis Gaming says, was it not 10 gifted subs? You typed 5. It is 10. I typed 5. You're absolutely right. Thank you for correcting me. I accidentally typed 5. Let's get that fixed. Thank you, Perry. John Smith says, glad to be here on a day off. Welcome, John Smith. Hope you're having a good Thanksgiving. Let's see. No Sleep Real Vibes says, happy Thanksgiving, King. I'm having my grandma's Filipino food. There you go. And some Southern style food with pancit, lumpia, collard greens, mashed potatoes, grazy, ham, corn, and beans. What a amalgamation. You do the collard greens, but with like pancit and lumpia. Interesting. You know, I had collard greens about a year or two ago, and I never know what it tasted like. And when I had it, I was like, oh, I get it. It's kind of bitter, but it's done on purpose. It's a green that's supposed to balance the savory flavors of everything else you're eating. The southern food is technically very fatty and savory, but the collard greens cut through it and taste very different. So when I had it, I was like, oh, I get it now. I kind of understand why people eat these. So there you go. Ray Mysterious, I have no idea what you're talking about. Hexenmeister, he says, you missed the 25 gifted from Darkside Pimp. Wait, I did what? What? What the hell? How did I miss that? I did. How did I must have been shouting out and doing an animation. Dude, Darkside Pimp gifted 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 subs, and I missed it. How the hell did I miss it? What the holy crap? Well, thank you, Darkside Pimp. I have no clue how I missed that. I missed it. Thank you so very, 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 very much. Wow. Well, thank you for telling me about it, because I totally missed. We have an animation for that, actually. Indeed, we do have an animation for a ton of gifted subs. 25 subs from Darkside Pimp gets us me in a diaper. Yes. Very nice. The E Honda Sumo Slam of Legends. Thank you, Darkside Pimp. Let's get you on the leaderboard. And so 25 subs would be a monstrous whopping $125. Adding that to the 73, we are currently at $198. Wow. And that means, ladies and gentlemen, we have not even begun with the show, and we have hit the goal. We have crushed the goal and crushed the trolls. Yes, make it rain here on Thanksgiving Day on DSP Gaming. Thank you all so very, 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 very much. 88 straight streams. Now you know we're getting 100. You know we're getting to 100. And you know we're getting to Christmas. We're going to make it to Christmas. This streak is continuing. We're going to have a holly jolly season of coinage filling the coffers, of positivity and fun, no matter what I'm doing. Podcasting, gaming, just chilling, shooting the shit, flying a plane, shooting a terrorist, slaying a dragon, killing a Cthulhu-like creature that's spewing blood in every direction. We're talking politics, no matter what it is. You guys are amazing. Thank you all so very much, really. Again, thank you, thank you, thank you all. Jay just said in chat, I'm thankful for you. I found you when I was sick or mad or sad. I watch you and I feel happy, so thank you. You're welcome, Jade, and thank you for being such a positive part of this community. It is greatly appreciated to have people who come here every day and know what it's all about. What is it about? I'll tell you what it's about. It's about having fun. It's about relaxing and chilling and sharing each other's opinions about life. It's about community. It's about getting along. Even though we might not agree on all topics, the fact that we can talk and hang out and have a good time and share each other's life experiences together, that's what it's all about. It's also about me playing games and having fun and sometimes sucking, but sometimes persevering and doing well, and you guys being there along for that interactive ride. It's all about that. You know, a lot of people say my content is their escape from real life, where they're all stressed out, but they get to come to my streams and unplug from that and have a good time, and I appreciate that, because that's hopefully something meaningful, something that I've added to your life. Because in my life, my ultimate goal is that by the time that I leave this planet, that I have left an impact in a positive way on many people, and that you feel that I've done something to improve your life situation. That's the best I feel like I can do in my life, right? So if that's what you're telling me I'm doing, I think I'm doing the right thing, and we're going to keep it up. All right? If anything, like I said this year, okay, this year has been such a turnaround, to the point where it's almost, again, it's almost unbelievable. It's surreal. It started in August. It's now the end of November, and it's continuing. It hasn't ended. It's still going. And that's so crazy cool. So thank you guys so very, very much. Okay? Okay. So, holy crap. Amazing, right? Wow, I just received a $20 tip. He says, this is from Jason. Happy Thanksgiving to you and Kat. Any Thanksgiving traditions that you follow? All right. Thank you so much. And I read the rest of your message as well because there was a private message there as well. So Thanksgiving traditions for us, it's having a big meal. You know, that's kind of traditional. I mean, I'll talk about our meal in just a moment. I'll tell you everything we're going to do. And it's also about getting into the Christmas spirit because once Thanksgiving is done with, you feel like now it's the push to Christmas, right? And that's how it's always been around here. And also, it was always around my parents' house too. When I was growing up, that's how we kind of treated it. So no exaggeration, after the big meal tonight, my wife will be decorating the house, mostly downstairs for Christmas, and I'll be decorating the office. I'll be setting up behind me here Christmas animations, Christmas decorations. So the turkeys are going away. So is the Sony sign. I'm going to bring out a big Christmas decor for Christmas time. Well, this whole half here will probably be Christmas decorations. And then I'm going to bring in the Christmas animations so that when people contribute, we'll have pop-ups that are all Christmas related. All right. It's going to be great. That's what I mean. Like, that's the tradition is, you know, having a great meal and then getting into the Christmas spirit for the next month. Pretty awesome. Do we have a tree? Asks Stuart. We do not have a tree as of yet. This week coming up, my wife and I want to take a day off. We don't know what day it'll be yet because we have to get her finalized work schedule. But we want to take a day off just for ourselves, not having to run errands, not having electricians coming in installing fans, not having to go to the dump or have an appointment, but just a day for us where we're going to go out and we're going to spend time together. And one of the things we want to do is look for a small Christmas tree. We're talking maybe 2-3 feet that you could put on like an end table. Because if we get a full Christmas tree, which we would love to have, we were looking at them, we were like, man, these are awesome. Jasper Kitty's going to jump right into that tree and climb it. He's definitely that kind of cat that he's going to want to climb a tree. And so we don't want to do that. So we're just going to get a small one for like the corner of our living room. So we definitely want to do that. We're looking to do that this week. I'll let you know. And if we do, I'll probably, I'll show you. All right. So first off, people want to know, rub-a-dub-dub, what's with the grub? Let's talk about it. Today, we will be eating an absolutely delicious spread of food. An amazing spread of food. All right. First off, my parents every year buy us some side dishes off of like, one of the mail order companies. My mom watches all of them. She used to watch QVC Home Shopping Network. To be frank, I don't even know where she buys stuff from, but this is one of the gifts that my parents kind of get us for the holidays is they'll buy us some sides for Thanksgiving. So this year they ordered a 4-pack. Cheesy hash browns. So it's kind of like a hash browned potato chunks with different kinds of cheddar. Okay, so that's one. A sweet potato casserole with like a caramelized top. That'll be delicious. Probably a caramelized crust on top. Green bean casserole. Speaks for itself. Probably green beans with some kind of a creamy sauce or something. And a cornbread dressing. So not stuffing, but a dressing. So that's going to be pretty good too. Okay, those are our sides. Now, we also got cranberry sauce. We couldn't decide what to get. So we got both the jellied and the berries. So we got both. I don't know which one we'll have today. The thing is, we're going to have so much food. We're going to have so many leftovers. We're going to eat it over the weekend. So we're going to need more cranberry sauce anyway. Turkey. What's the main course, right? What are you having? It is a giant turkey breast that we have been marinating in a herb and garlic marinade for 2 days in the fridge. And also other seasonings and spices have been put on there. So it's been seeping in this for 2 days in our refrigerator. And today we're going to slow roast it. It has to be slow roasted for a minimum of 90 minutes. It says you can go anywhere from 90 minutes to 2.5 hours. So we're going to slow roast it. And of course, I'm going to carve it into slices. And we bought gravy from Trader Joe's. We never had Trader Joe's gravy. We're hoping it's going to be better than just like, the standard gravy you buy at the grocery store in the jar. We hope that's a little better than that. So we're going to have a turkey gravy over it. That should be pretty good. Then we're also going to have some Hawaiian rolls with some butter and for dessert, pumpkin pie. So that's a lot of food. And we're definitely going to have leftovers that we're going to put into containers. And we're going to eat that over the weekend on probably Saturday and Sunday. You might say, well, why not tomorrow, Friday? Well, number one, because we just had it today. But number two, tomorrow, if we hit the goal, we're ordering Wendy's for the SP Tries It. So we can't be eating Wendy's and that on the same day. All right. So that's why. It should be pretty awesome. What's up? A lot of people are showing up. What's up, Sarah? What's up, Dentronics? How you doing? How's everyone? Everyone's showing up now. Wow. Like I said, I thought today would be a very slow day. I thought tops we'd have like maybe 200 people total watching. Currently, we have 250 on YouTube, and we have about 30. Let me refresh this. We have about 30 on Kick. Oh, that's not bad. That's a decent amount for a holiday. Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it. Again, I didn't, don't know how many are going to come by. If you're here, hello and welcome. Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for joining us today. I just received another tip. A $6.90 tip from his boner here. You are entertaining and memeable. Congrats. Well, thank you. Well, I guess this is the guy. Is this guy actually fessing up that he's been all the boner tips recently? Because there's been a lot of boner tips recently. There's been meaty boners. There's been tiny boners. There's been big boners. Hard and floppy boners. All kinds of boners. But it's appreciated. The support is appreciated. Thank you so very much for that. And, happy Thanksgiving or happy holidays to you. Don't know where you live. A lot of people are not in the United States. They're not celebrating Thanksgiving today like I am. So, okay. Seems like I attract all the boners, says Joe Aloft. I guess so. Did you know, are you guys aware? You probably don't even know this. The original meaning of the word boner actually meant that you made a mistake. It had nothing to do with getting a hard-on at all. The original meaning made a mistake, but then what happened is people started seeing getting an accidental hard-on. They started calling it getting a boner because it's a mistake. You see? It's supposed to be something embarrassing. Oh, he got a boner. Like, why did you get a boner when you're in the middle of a meeting at work? What? You're in church. Why do you have a boner right now? What a mistake. What a horrible, embarrassing mistake. You got a boner. That's what it was supposed to be. That's actually what it meant. And then they changed it. It's like a lot of words that just have their meanings changed over time. Some of which I'm not allowed to say anymore because they're considered heinous words today, when back in the day they were called something different. Like, remember a bundle of sticks? And now that word can't be used because they changed the meaning of it entirely. I don't know why. It's very weird. Anyway. No, the reason I know that, a very old Batman comic book. The title of the story was Joker. I'm not even kidding. It was called Joker Pulls a Boner. Right? But the story is that the Joker made a really embarrassing mistake when he was trying to pull a crime off, and all the newspapers covered it, and their front page story was like, Joker pulls a boner. And so people saw it today out of context. They're like, whoa, this was a real comic book? It's like, yeah, because it didn't mean that back then. It meant that he made an embarrassing mistake. It didn't mean that he pulled his pants down and had a raging hard-on in front of everybody, Anyway, so there you go. I don't know how we got on this topic, but thank you to Boner for the tip. I appreciate that. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I think we should do our little segment that I wanted to do today about things that I am thankful for. All right? And with this segment, it's going to be silly, but it's going to be fun as well, because there's going to be some stuff you guys are going to poke fun at. I know for a fact you're going to poke fun at me for it. But other things are things that you haven't seen, but I've talked about, and I feel like you would like to see and enjoy firsthand. Because again, I want you guys to understand something, all right? All these improvements in my life are because of you, because you guys have been so positive and so supportive. Some of you have been longtime viewers and fans, and this year you just stayed the course, and you couldn't believe the new positivity, neither could I, right? But some of you are newcomers. Like some of you guys, I hadn't even known about you until just a few months ago, when you basically learned about me from guys like Kino Casino, right? And then maybe there's some crossover there when I did interviews with various people like Keemstar and stuff like that. Some of you have heard about me from various different sources, correct? But it's awesome now to have all of you here and supporting and making my life so much better. And I want to tell you how thankful I am for that. So what I like to do is show you some of the things that have improved around here, that some of which I've talked about, some of which I haven't. You'll probably get a kick out of this segment, and of course the haters will meme it. Too bad, because fuck you. I got so much positivity this year, and now you got to choke on it. Okay? So Brian 27, 29 months as a member, says happy Thanksgiving. Thank you, Brian. Are we ready? First off, all right, here is something that I have absolutely never revealed to anyone, because it's such a silly little thing. It's not a big deal, but it's definitely something that has improved as a result of all of your support. So let me go ahead and show you this. It's Virtua Fighter Phil. No, I'm just kidding. It is my shower. Whoa! Whoa! What I'm showing you here is that basically I totally redid my entire shower from scratch. So that shower head, that shower bar, the curtain, everything is all new. All right? And instead of cheaping out and getting a crappy shower, I got a really good one. It's one of those crazy heads that goes to like 5 different settings. And then you see that thing on the side of it that's sticking up. You're like, what the hell is that? That's called a water comb. So when you're washing your hair, you actually detach that and you do this. You actually comb your hair with water and it rinses your head. It's really nice. The other thing I really like about that shower head, it has a special pulse setting that feels like someone is giving you a back massage. I'm not kidding. Like, it's like boom, 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 but it's heavy, heavy pressure. So you could stand in the shower like, oh man, you can move around like this and you just get, it hits you in every spot, your arms, your back, your ass. Like, oh, this is so good. It feels so good. Now, I'm just so happy because a lot of the stuff in my house, no exaggeration, is 10 years old. The old shower rod, shower curtain, not the liner, of course, the liner you have to change, but all the shit that used to be in my bathroom, basically, you know, it was old, very old. Now I was able to upgrade to better equipment. Even the ring on the wall, you see where the pipe is going into the wall, that ring that goes around it, that's new too. I bought a new one. All right, so I know this is silly. It's not meant to be, don't go crazy. Like, wow, is Phil serious right now? I'm showing you some stuff that's new in my house. This is not a super serious segment. I hope you understand that, okay? But I just wanted to show you. This is something that definitely has improved this year, okay? What you're seeing here is my actual laptop desk that sits in front of me when I stream. I have never shown this to you guys like this before, okay? And the reason I'm showing you this is a couple things. Number one, you can see my level 1 podcast mug there. And, of course, today, I'm wearing the Red Dead Redemption style DSP logo, right? That's one of the cool things that's new. Merch. I have not had merchandise, guys, since 2021. Because of my trolls and the harassment that they gave me on the internet, basically all those companies wouldn't work with me anymore. They actually believed the nonsense, the slander against me, saying that I'm a bigot and I'm a racist. As you guys know, every day I'm coming on stream and all I do is I say bigoted, racist things. That's why I'm known as the king of hate, right, everybody? Everyone knows me as a horrendous person who's just constantly bringing down other races. Yes. But that's what they told these companies. And the companies are so brain dead stupid and so woke and so eager to cancel someone for something someone else says, they kicked me out and stopped making merch. But this year, I was able to find a company who didn't want to listen to any of the nonsense, who knew who I was ahead of time, who knew I wasn't like that and I wasn't that kind of person. And they said, yes, we will work with you. So now I can have that mug and I can have this sweatshirt and I can sell t-shirts and you guys can enjoy merch as well for the first time in so long, all right? But in addition, what I wanted to show you there was the keyboard and mouse. That's actually my current keyboard and mouse that I'm using to broadcast. This keyboard is a Logitech keyboard, and it's a pretty high-end keyboard. As you can see, it's pulsating with RGB right now on camera. See that? And this mouse is a Logitech mouse. It also has RGBs that it pulsates with. They're pretty high-end stuff. And they're great. And this is my equipment that I use every day now for my setup. Everything else there is old. Like the microphone's actually 10 years old, but maybe I'll upgrade it eventually, right? That little mouse that you see right there is this one. And this is also brand new. This is a little portable mouse, flat one, that I use to do my capture streaming setup while the other stuff controls my gaming PC. If you don't know, in the upper left-hand corner, see that red box? That's my Scarlett. That is the box that takes in the microphone feed and converts it to USB signal so I can actually use this studio-style microphone on my Capture PC. And by the way, yes, that is my over 10-year-old Capture and streaming PC that you can see there in the background. And that is going to go very soon because now I have the replacement. All right. All right, so that's number 2. This you've already seen if you watched my stream the other night, but just as a focus and a close-up here, this is my current gaming PC with the RGBs going crazy. To the left of it is my brand spanking new Capture and streaming PC. And to the far right, if you can see it there, kind of cramped to the side, is the new battery backup UPS power supply that I also just bought. So again, the gaming PC was donated to me, but the new PC, the power supply, all that stuff, the cords on the floor, all that stuff I bought my own money that you guys, supported me with. Okay? So thank you. What a setup. Now, of course, these two PCs will not be sitting next to each other when I actually get everything working. What'll happen is the gaming PC will stay on that side of the room where it is, and the Capture streaming PC will be over here to my left, and the Capture device will likely be sitting in the middle, which is where it is right now. It's actually the old Capture device is sitting in the middle of my floor. Probably the new Capture device will be sitting in the middle of the floor as well. I don't know what else to do about that. It's, I have to run cables with an external Capture device, right? Pretty cool. By the way, I received a $2.25 tip from Mr. Puffy Nipples. How much would it cost to fix your master bathroom? Probably a ton. I have a very sneaking suspicion that the pipe in my master bathroom behind the shower was leaking and caused a big mold problem behind the wall, which would mean the entire removal of the wall, cleaning the mold out, and then rebuilding the wall. Also, the whole shower system, the caulk had worn out around it, and water was leaking there, and I believe there's mold there too. So essentially, the entire shower would need to be removed from the ground. Everything would have to be cleaned and rebuilt from scratch. So you're probably talking like 20 grand. That's my guess. Plus, the bathroom itself is ancient and outdated and messed up. I would want to redo the floors. I would want to redo the cabinetry. I would probably want to redo the fixtures, like the lighting. So probably it's a full redo, which is probably even more expensive. So I'm not looking to redo my master bathroom anytime soon. That would be something for way down the line. Maybe if I refinance my home, if the economy turns around or something. Okay. So that's all my PC equipment right now. And, going to have it hopefully up and running very soon. There you go. Dark Mega says, I used to help my cousin who does bathroom remodeling. It's around $20,000 just for the shower area. There you go. Continuing on. This is my new ceiling fan here in the office. I've been talking about it recently. You've seen the light. I mean, in fact, you want to see the light? You've seen the light. And now the light's going away. You've seen enough of the light. But the fan is great. The fan definitely cools this office down, circulates the air well. I don't need to have the oscillating fan blowing on me anymore. Now, I very well may need an oscillating fan when it gets warmer, but for now, this is absolutely perfect. It's really good. I mean, this is what you need for a room like this. It's absolutely perfect, and I hope that you guys understand. Again, something like this, it's innocuous. It's a fan. What's the big deal? No, honestly, this really improves the setup. It makes it livable in here. It used to be stuffy and just always feeling like you're inside of a small box that's just, the air quality is terrible. Just having a fan to move the air. All right, to move the air. It's very nice in here. All right. It's mid-spin. Exactly. I took a picture mid-spin, but my camera was good, so it actually kind of freeze-framed it, which is really nice. Yeah, Iron Chef Sakai is commenting. He says, damn, you still have the weird bendy lights. That used to be my old lighting. Like, no exaggeration. I didn't have a ring light like I have today. I didn't have a ceiling fan. I had a freaking college dorm bendy light. I'm going to get rid of it now because I don't need it anymore. I have a ceiling fan. I have the ring light. And by the way, I have new lighting coming this weekend. I think it's coming on Saturday now. It's not a ring light, but you know how they make those lights now that are like big rectangles? And they have, they're really good. Everyone uses them now for streaming. And I'm going to try to attach it to my desk here as an arm. I'm going to try to put it right here. And not only does it do all different kinds of lighting for filming, but also it does RGB. So if I wanted to do fancy effects, like RGB effects and stuff, I could do that too. And it's all programmable to my phone with an app. So I'd be able to like mess around. It's going to be pretty cool. And that's coming over the weekend. So. Oh God, Baldic says you had a fan living in your ceiling. Now you have a ceiling mounted fan. Don't remind me. We used to joke about I had an obsessive fan living in my walls. Remember that? Ugh. That is true. Super Bon John says, remember, you now have blackout curtains. I didn't take a picture of the blackout curtains. Wait, yes, I did. What the? I inadvertently did. We're staring at them. Those are my blackout curtains. So like you can see how it looks silver and metallic? It is. The back of the curtains is silver and reflective. So when the sun is hitting the office wall, it bounces the sunlight back, causing a cooling effect. The sun no longer heats up the office in the afternoons. However, there is a double-edged sword there. It keeps the air insulated. So basically, it doesn't get as hot as it used to, but it still stays kind of warm when it's hot outside. That's why I also needed like the fan and everything else. So there you go. Those are my blackout curtains, which you have never seen before. You're actually seeing the other oscillating fan there too, standing there. And my ceiling fan. Okay? Pretty cool. Yes, it is official. As of today, Thanksgiving 2024, DSP has exposed himself. He has shown his washer dryer that he bought, showing that I was not lying, that we did spend a pretty penny and got a new washer dryer. See, I backed my shit up. I didn't lie. I actually did get a new washer dryer. All right? These are LG, and these are pretty top of the line. Meaning these are not even like the base. These are like the high-end models. Expanded, capacity. So you can fit way, way more in these. All right? Than you could in a normal washer dryer. And the reason that we did that is because with the old ones that I used to have, we used to have a problem with the comforter. Like we'd have a comforter for our bed. You'd put it in, and it would constantly clog up saying uneven load, uneven load. Like, oh, come on. So it would take all day to wash the comforter because you'd have to keep resetting the cycle. With this one, it's super extra big capacity, so it never actually says uneven load. We put a ton of shit in there, and it doesn't actually do anything in that regard. And it's really nice, and the dryer has all these nice features. The dryer has a steam ability. So let's say, for example, you wash a load of clothes, you dry them, but then you don't get to fold them right away. Because, well, you're not pictured here. We have a nice big new hamper that we bought that we throw the clothes in, and then later on we pull them out, we fold them, put them away. But what if you don't get a chance to do that right away? Well, then they're going to get all wrinkly, right? Well, you toss them back into the dryer, and you press steam cycle, and it steams your clothes and gets all the wrinkles out. Cool. These are awesome. Like I said, these are very expensive. These were over $1,000 each. Okay, and then on top of that, tax, delivery. And by the way, if you're thinking about getting a washer dryer, I just got to warn all of you. All right, you ready for this? They hit you with so many hidden fees that you're not aware of. So you go to check out to buy the washer dryer, and they're like, oh, well, you're aware you have to buy a whole new kit. You have to get the new water lines, the new electrical cords, the ties, everything. You're like, wait, I have to get what? Yeah, you have to buy all that new. They won't even install it with the old shit in your house. They make you buy new ones for your new washer dryer. And that costs hundreds of dollars. Like the kit for one was like $78. The kit for the other was like $60, $70. They just charge you out the ass. All right. And then on top of that, then there's removal of the old washer dryer. That's like $80. Like what? So by the time you're done, you're like, oh, it's going to cost me $2,000 to get a new washer dryer. No, it's over $3,000. Like, damn. But we were able to do it again, thanks to you guys. All right. So thank you again. And it was seamless and it was awesome. And now we have nice, clean clothes without wrinkles. Thanks to you. Really appreciate it. This is the downstairs ceiling fan. This is the one that gave us problems. All right. Because basically the electrician took the old ceiling light fixture out. And he put one of these up, and it would not spin. It would only spin like boom, 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 and then stop, and then boom, 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 and then stop. The motor blew out. So we had to get a second one, all right? However, this is really good. What you can't really see from this angle, I couldn't get a wide enough angle with the phone, but these are really long fan blades. because this fan is meant to move the air in my dining room and my kitchen, and it's meant to essentially move air in this giant open space. So that's why it's a much bigger fan than the one that I have here. Now it's a little dirty, as you can see. We got to clean the ceiling around it. We haven't had a chance to do that. You know, you get up on a ladder, probably some cleaner or bleach, and clean around it because there's scratches and stuff from the fixture that was removed. And don't worry, because already you got Iron Chef Sakai saying, "What about the crack?" There's no crack. It's built like that. The way the fan is built, as it rotates, it's meant to have maneuvering and moving. If it didn't have that, it would actually vibrate and loosen. But the way they build fans now is they actually have them so that they move around, and so everything's not solid. Like you can see the bracket where it goes into the mounting unit on the ceiling. There's a little opening there. It's meant to do that. And some people are freaking out. Or the blades. Oh, the blades look like they're not cracked. They're built like that. That's how it's installed. Don't worry. The electrician knows what he's doing. Fans are designed this way now. This fan here is doing the same thing. This fan has a little bit of a give where it moves a little bit. It's not meant to be a solid state all the time. It's supposed to have that, so that way it doesn't actually like force anything loose and then it comes off the ceiling. Okay? Is that a painting? No, that is literally a thing from IKEA in the background that I got 10 years ago when I first moved in. All that is a print that's stretched out on a frame. We put it on the wall. It's of a nice like ocean wave. It looks nice, but it doesn't look as nice from this angle, basically. But it's pretty nice. It's like a big ocean backdrop on our dining room wall. Okay? So the fan is great. In truth, we haven't even really used the fan yet. And we're going to use it today, probably with all the cooking my wife's going to be doing. She'll probably finally be using the fan. We've used the light every single day. It's great. It's a great light. It's good for when we're eating. It's good for when we're doing stuff like cleaning back there to see. And it's dimmable. It's a nice dimmable light that you can adjust the level. So you can actually see, you want it bright. It's super bright. And by the way, it does like daylight. It does all in between. Then it does like soft light. So it's all these different colors of white light that you can cycle through and adjust depending on your needs and what you're doing. So the lamp itself is great. And then the fan also is great. So it's absolutely great. All right. Of course, I'm incredibly grateful for Jasper Kitty. Now, Jasper Kitty is in here almost, a lot. You've seen him on camera quite a bit. He's our beloved pet. Yes, in many ways, he's like a son to me. And here he is napping next to our receiver for our surround sound system in the living room. Our receiver is incredibly old, like over a decade old. And here he is taking a nice little nap. I thought that you would enjoy seeing Jasper Kitty in like a super duper HD picture, right? He's so funny. He goes everywhere. He'll sleep next to there. He'll sleep on the floor. Then he'll sleep at our legs. Then he'll snuggle us. Then he'll go sleep in his cat tree. He's so unpredictable. You never know what Jasper Kitty's going to do. But he's very cute. I hope to get some more emotes of him for you guys. It's just that you don't often get really high quality. Like, he's been on camera on the podcast, but I bet it's hard to, like, isolate a frame and then, like, take a screen grab of just his face or something. It would be nice to get a nicer picture of him. Maybe, like, a full body picture of him to have as an emo. That would be pretty cool, right? I cured it with my brain says, next upgrade 1,000-watt subwoofer. No. We don't listen to stuff loud at all. We are totally not like that. We would prefer to have something at mid to low volume. We have a subwoofer, and we have it turned almost all the way down. It's like almost minimum. We just want a little bit of bass when we're listening. That's it. We don't want anything crazy. We also don't listen to anything that has bass anyway. We're not listening to like fucking hip hop music. Shake the house or anything. So there you go. I agree. Iron Chef Sakai says, I still have a Sony receiver and speakers from 2007. They still kick ass. They don't make them like they used to. Yeah. Sony stuff tends to last a long time. It's pretty reliable. I've had 2 Sony receivers since like the year 2000. No lie. They last a ridiculously long time. And one that only blew out because I didn't have it plugged into a surge protector and the power went out. And it died, and then I had to buy a replacement, and that's the replacement, and I've had that for like over a decade. So Sony stuff lasts a really long time. It's expensive, but it's worth the money for sure. That's why I'm happy with this TV I have right now. 4K, 120 hertz. I'm happy with the TV because it has all those capabilities, and I future-proofed. When I bought this 2 years ago, I bought a TV, Sony TV, that was expensive. But man, it does everything I need today 2 years later, and it's going to keep doing everything I want for the future. I'm so glad that I spent that money. Jade says, when we'd like to go today in Flight Sim? I don't know yet. We'll talk about it. Right now, our biggest contributor is Darkside Pimp. So if Darkside Pimp is still around when we start with Flight Sim, Darkside Pimp will actually choose our first destination. And then after that, it would have been Perry, because Perry did a 5 sub gift. And then after that, it would be Jason. And then after that, we keep going. And if anyone tops these contributions, they're also in line too. We'll see who's around, because I don't know if people are going to stick around or maybe they're just here for the podcast. We'll have to figure it out. Okay. Sony makes good headphones too. Oh, I believe you. The only Sony thing that I ever had that was a dud, when I was in the 90s, I bought a Sony CD Walkman player, and for some reason it died right away. It was like within a year it died, and that actually pissed me off because I thought that Sony products were great, but everything else I ever bought from Sony has been amazing. I had a Sony laptop. I definitely had a set of Sony headphones at one point. Multiple Sony receivers, Sony surround sound speakers, TVs, like everything, and it lasts. They're good quality stuff, but again, it's pricey. You pay more, but you get a quality product. So there you go. Except for the PlayStation controllers. Those are terrible, and they break within a year. Done on purpose, so you have to buy another one. And ladies and gentlemen, last but absolutely positively not least, my wife, Kat, who changed my life when I met her in 2017. And since then, everything's been an upward climb for me. Really. I mean, I feel like ever since I met her, this has been just a dramatic improvement going up and up and up. Right? I met her. I changed my life for the better. I became a full-time live streamer. I stopped being as toxic as I used to be. I stopped being that guy causing drama and problems. I started to actively try to improve my life for the better. I started eating better. I stopped drinking as much. Right? I basically changed. And I mean, that goes in line here with my health as well. Like, look at me today versus this is when we got married in 2019. Even now, I've lost weight. I'm healthier now. I'm happier. And let me tell you, it's because of her. You understand? Because I met her. She changed my life. And I wish this kind of happiness upon everyone out there watching right now. I hope that all of you one day can find a significant other who is your better half, who compliments you perfectly, and who can change your life for the better. Because it has been such a positive life change for me. And every day, I know, no matter what happens, if it's a bad day, if it's a good day, if it's just an okay day, she's still going to be here with me to share the experience with me and to make it better. She's got my back and I've got hers, and that's the kind of relationship that everyone out there wants. This is the kind of relationship that you see other content creators and they're like, oh, look at me. And they show their significant other off like a trophy piece. And the next thing you know, you hear the story of behind the scenes, there's strife, they're breaking up, or they're in an open relationship. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You don't even understand what it means to be in a relationship if you have a relationship like that. It's not what it's supposed to be. You're not using each other. You're supposed to be loving each other, helping each other, and having a life experience together. Not this kind of bullshit that these people try to portray. Oh, this is the new normal. No, it's your fucked up, twisted version of what you think should be normal because you're so messed up. You don't have a real marriage. You don't have a real significant other. What you've got is some distorted version of reality that you've bastardized, and now you're trying to push it as something that's normalized when it's not. It's supposed to be two people who love each other, spending time together, and basically sharing their lives and having each other's back and always looking out for each other no matter what in every single situation, period. That's love, at least in my opinion. You can disagree, but when I hear about these other content creators and streamers, oh yeah, get this open relationship. Well, you're a moron. You're an actual moron, and that's why it always comes back to bite them in the end and it always falls apart. All right, so guys and gals, that is what I am thankful for this year. Those are the things that have improved or dramatically changed for the better, or things that I've had for a very long time that have been there as the staple of my support. Of course, the final thing that I'd like to say is obviously all of you. You have been amazing. For the longtime viewers and fans, you guys have been through so much with me. You've seen the highs and lows, but you see that I never gave up, and I kept fighting the good fight, stayed the course, and now here we are. We've come out the end of it, right? For those of you who are newcomers, welcome. I hope that this year, since you actually gave me a chance, all right, you're seeing the difference of how things can be, how positive things can be. That it's not about toxicity and woe is me. It's about fun and positivity. This is the stuff I've always wanted to be able to do. To come on stream every day and not have to worry. Instead, let's just have a great time today together. And when we do that and we come together, life is better for all of us, right? It really is like a give and take, a cyclical thing. You know, I give you free content that's amazing and fun and positive. I interact with you. You get such fun and positivity out of it. You reciprocate with support and positivity. And then it all works out for the better. That's all I ever asked. That's what I wanted. What a lot of other content creators always had, and I couldn't have, because the internet always wanted to treat me like a joke instead of treating me seriously and with respect and with dignity. But now I have that. And because I have that back, now things are getting better every single day. And I want you to understand how grateful and appreciative I truly am of that. Thank you also very, very much for not only, you know, this last few months that has definitely been better, but for the entire, you know, 16-year run. And by the way, like I said, this is literally just the beginning, right? We're just starting with new initiatives, with new stuff going on, correct? Well, think about all the content that I'm doing right now and the more that's coming, right? I just started a political show that people are really seeming to enjoy and like, and that momentum is just starting right now. I've got new stuff in the pipeline, long-form React content that I'm going to start doing again that I've been waiting to do for a very long time. So, thank you to the long-time viewers, to the newcomers, everyone in between, to anyone who just sat here and watched, to anyone who laughed, to anyone who contributed in any way, whether it was financial, emotional, a silly chat comment, whether you actually sent me a piece of equipment, or you just gave me a compliment. Whatever it may be, you have to understand that every single one of you who has been a part of this journey has contributed in some way. And that's why I am where I am today, and I am eternally grateful to you for giving me the happiness and the life that I have. I never would have met my wife if it weren't for this journey. I never would have been in this house. I never would have had Jasper Kitty. I never would have had any of these awesome life experiences that I've been having if it weren't for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart on this Thanksgiving of 2024. I hope you understand how much you've done for me, and I am going to be grateful forever for that. Okay. I received a $1 tip from a troll. That's the other thing. Now, I have gotten so much better at not taking the bait and giving the trolls what they want. Even people who used to regularly make fun of me have now admitted it. There's people, I saw a clip, I didn't even talk about it, it was a couple weeks ago. There was this big roundtable discussion of people who don't like me. And in the video, one of them brought me up. And then someone else said, well, who's that? And he says, well, you know, he used to be basically like the R word, which you shouldn't say, of course. But he said, he used to be the R word. But now, basically what's happened is he's turned it around. He's not giving his trolls any bait anymore. He's actually improved to the point where now people are, you know, not constantly making fun of him because there's nothing to make fun of. Now, the thing is, a lot of people then say, oh, I'm boring. If that's the case, that's fine. If you don't find me entertaining anymore because you don't think I'm a big lol cow anymore, good. I don't need that popularity. Unlike a few other people who absolutely need that to get any kind of rise of attention. The point I've always made in the last decade that people tried to make me into a lol cow is that I don't need it. I literally don't need a single piece of attention from these negative people at all. I'm good just having a positive audience. As big or small as it is, that's good enough for me. I don't need to be doing stunts. I don't need to be pretending like I'm on Jackass or the Jerry Springer Show. I don't need to take clothes off and suck on things. I don't need to do big drama segments, stage shit. I don't need to do any of that. I have entertaining content to offer the planet. I didn't ever need to sink to the lowest level to be popular. Do you understand? I had popularity before I ever did any of that, and I will have it again. I do. Again, it doesn't matter if it's big or small. All right? By the way, I want to say to Iron Chef Sakai, he was talking about this yesterday. He just sent me out of nowhere a code for NBA 2K, but I didn't want it because I'm not going to play NBA 2K. Now, I don't know if the code is here. Let me take a look. Because he had mentioned, can I just give it away then? And I was like, I don't know if I can actually. Okay. Yeah, I have it. Should I give it away? Iron Chef Sakai, do you just want me to give it away right now on stream? I have, or you could give it away. It's up to you. Iron Chef Sakai bought it. It's his choice what he wants to do. I would give it away to a viewer. He can give it away to a viewer because I'm not going to play it, you know? Give it away? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a code for NBA 2K25 Standard Edition. This is on PC, correct? This is a PC code, but it has to be redeemed via the Microsoft Store, right? I think it's a code that's redeemed in the Microsoft app, I believe. I just want to be sure that I know what I'm talking about before I give it out. Because this looks like a Microsoft code to me. Is this the PC version? What is this, Iron Chef? Darkside Pimp just gifted another sub. This one went to Koza. Thank you so much. Oh, it's for Xbox. Oh, that's going to... All right. That's going to severely limit. Because a lot of people don't have have an Xbox. So if you have an Xbox console, this is an Xbox Series S or X version of NBA 2K25. And I have the code and I'm going to give it out live. All right? Because I'm not going to play it. I'm not interested in it. All right? Battle Duck 9000 says, but what about the new campaign? This is an Xbox. Yeah, I know, right? But even though it's an Xbox, this is only the console version, apparently. So if you have a Series S or X, listen up. All right, I'm about to give out the code. Usually what happens is these codes go right away. They get redeemed, like, immediately. Okay? So, here we go. Get ready. The code is as follows. MWWMR 9DYD6 7R4KC 9Q6DG PH4TZ. There you go. I've given the code out. Someone will definitely get it. No, you see, Iron Chef, he says, why didn't you put it in chat? I'll tell you why, because someone would have immediately copy-pasted and got it. You got to make them work for it. That's why. Okay. All right. So the final topic for today's podcast, before we can move on to do other stuff, all right, I wanted to show you what showed up today. And by the way, undoubtedly, 27 people in chat will now claim that they all got the game when only one person possibly could. They always do that, too. They always do that, too. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, following up on our discussion yesterday, okay, I cannot use an internal capture card in either of my PCs because these pre-built PCs skimp on the motherboards. The motherboards are not good enough to run internal capture cards, which is unfortunate. Obviously, if I had built the PC myself and picked the individual components, I absolutely would have picked components that would have been able to run an internal capture card. If I had gone to one of these companies where you specifically picked the components, I would have picked better motherboards. Problem was, guess what? That costs way more. Really. I don't want to build my own PC and screw it up, and I don't want to pay for someone else to build it because they charge more money. Okay? So, FYI, I have to use an external capture card. And based on all the recommendations, there's two. There was one top-of-the-line Elgato capture card and one top-of-the-line AverMedia capture card. I went for the AverMedia. The only reason I've used AverMedia for the last 10 years and don't really have problems with them. I've used 3 different AverMedia cards, and they're all pretty darn good. So I decided I'll just go with AverMedia again. Okay? So here it is. The AverMedia Live Gamer Ultra 2.1. Okay? For some bizarre reason, it has LEDs on the front. Don't ask me why. I don't know why. Anyone who would stare at their capture device LEDs. This one is pretty darn good. So it captures all the way up to 4K resolution at 60 frames per second. So that's pretty much the epitome of what you would want to do right now. Yes, some rigs will do higher than that, but who's going to watch and record and upload that? It would be so tremendously high bandwidth and file size. It's not even feasible right now. Maybe in 5-10 years, not right now. Okay. So pretty much a top of the line capture device. All right. Has pass through as well, up to 144 hertz, which is insanely cool. So if I ever did do something at 4K 120, I could see it at 120, but still capture it at 60. Okay. Now, of course, it has bells and whistles and features and all of that. Yes, it uses HDMI 2.1. Luckily, so do all my new PCs. So that works out fine, right? Supported resolutions. Yeah, 2160p, 1440p, 1080p, 1080i. Who the hell would not want progressive? Who would do interlaced? Yikes. And then, of course, it goes down all the way down to like 480. Recording formats, YUI2, NV12, RGB24, and PG10. I don't think that will matter because ultimately I'm going to use that and I'm going to use my graphics card or my processor to then encode the videos and streams into different qualities, you know, the different codecs and stuff. It actually does have separate audio input and output as well. You can input from like a headphone jack if you wanted to, but I guess you don't have to. So pretty cool, right? I mean, pretty good. So here's the deal. I ordered this capture device. It came today, came overnight. And I'm like, oh, this is dope. It came overnight. We could actually unbox it and we could hook it up and we could use it today. Maybe I would do a demo of 4K capturing and then upload a demo 4K video. Like when we're playing Flight Sim, maybe I would do like a 4K video and record it and upload it to YouTube at 4K and just see what quality it would be, how big the file size would be. Like that'd be pretty neat. Now I wouldn't have my overlay or whatever, right? But it would just be like a raw video of gameplay just to test it, right? 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 Like that's what I should be able to do, right? Like I jumped through hoops here to get this going, right? So I should be able to do this today, right? Why is this getting, there we go. Right? No problems. I bought the PC. I bought the capture device because I can't use an internal. I got to use an external. So I went out of my way. I bought this expensive capture device. It's here. I should just be able to plug it in and use it, right? No, I can't just plug it in and use it because I'm Darkside Phil and everything has to be difficult. No, I can't just plug this into my new PC and capture at 4K. Why would I be able to do that? That's what everyone else can do, but not Phil Burnell. For Phil Burnell, I gotta walk on fucking glass. I gotta get through barbed wire. I gotta dodge fucking sniper shots. There's bombs coming down. I have to roll out of the way and go through the trenches to be able to plug this in and use it with my fucking PC. So, what's wrong? I'll tell you what's wrong. You ready for this? Would you like me to show you what's wrong? I'm gonna do it live right now. Let's do this. Right fucking now, let me show you what's wrong. Little Swiss Army knife here. I'm going to cut open the labels. All right. Here we go. Got to cut the stickers off the sides. Both sides? Yep, they got it on both sides. They want it sliding all over the place. Okay. Live Gamer Ultra 2.1. Avid Media Box. Live unboxing. Ready? You can customize your RGB by downloading a utility. Will I bother with that? I don't know if I will bother customizing the RGB on my box. That sounds pretty ridiculous to me. What they're showing, you can have optional gamepad audio or headphone audio plugged into this thing. I don't know why I would ever do that. They're showing that you can have HDMI in from a game console or PC, HDMI out to your TV, and then the USB connection to your PC where you will capture from. Okay, so they're showing all of this in a diagram, basically. Here's your warranty. You know, your warranty. They're also advertising other products they do. They do microphones, they do cameras, they do the whole rigmarole, okay? Wow, this is actually much smaller than I thought it was. This is really small. That's like tiny, actually. And I wonder, I guess the RGB is on the front? I guess so. That's what it looked like on the box. So I guess this lights up and gives you RGB colors. This is the smallest one I think I've ever had. This is much smaller than the previous ones that I've had. And I got white. You can get it in black as well, but I said, hey, both of my PCs are white. I'll order it in white. Okay? So taking a look, USB right there, which is the new standard, right? What do they call it? USB 3 or whatever. HDMI out, HDMI in, and the 2 headphone ports. That's it. There's nothing else to it. Very simplistic, okay? Cool. So far, I see no reason why this wouldn't work with my PC right now, right? Okay, let's keep going. Let's open up the box here. What does it come with? So it comes with headphone cable. I don't know why, again, why I would use that. I'm probably never going to plug anything into that, right? An actual up to standard HDMI cable, which is nice. Incredibly short, but it's nice to always get an up to standard HDMI cable with an HDMI device. Looks cool, right? And then the USB cable. You see the problem? You might not understand it at first. I'm going to explain it in a second, but you may understand it right now. Okay? So, this device comes with a USB cable that is USB Type C to Type C. That's the cable. Okay? That's fine when you're plugging it into the device. Now, I have to plug this into my new capture and a streaming PC. Correct? Well, do I have USB-C ports on that PC? Yes, I do. Oh, I do. There's one on the front. There's one on the back. And in fact, the one on the back even is the correct format. Or is it? Because I looked into it, and I wanted to see if I plug this in, will it work? Well, guess what? The USB port on the back of my computer, on the motherboard, is C. There is a C. Absolutely, there is. However, it's USB 3.1. What does that mean? It means it does up to 5 gigabits, megabits per second, 5. Okay? If you want to do 4K video, you need 10 gigabits per second or megabits per second, whatever the fuck it is. I don't even know. And that is USB 3.2. Wow. This is genius shit, isn't it? I mean, we really needed 17 different standards of USB. It really makes sense. It's totally easy to figure out, isn't it? Because you might be saying, I don't even get it. I'm not even kidding you. There's a standard USB port that's usually either black or white. There's USB 2, which is blue. And then there's USB 3, which is red. But then there's different formats of the red one. Some are 3.1. Some are 3.2. Okay? Now, I do have good news. My new PC does have USB 3.2 ports, but they don't take the USB-C standard. They take USB-A, which is the old USB cords, the ones that we all know, the long rectangles. It's colored red, so you can't miss it. They're back there. I have 2 of them, but they're the wrong port. So now I have to buy an adapter so that this cable can fit into a standard USB port size, but it has to be the 3.2 standard. So I have to order this off of Amazon, rush shipping, get here as soon as possible, and it has to be the special USB 3.2. Can't be an older style adapter, can't be blue, can't be white or black, has to be red, and it has to be the 10 gigabits, megabits, speed, whatever it is, you have to get it. Now, some people are saying, well, you don't need that. You could just get a cable. I mean, you're right. It doesn't matter. I could either get the adapter for this cable, or I could get another cable. It doesn't matter. I could do either. I've already bought. I saw the quickest shipping was an adapter will come on Saturday because it's Thursday. It's Thanksgiving. Nothing's coming tomorrow. The earliest anything can come is on Saturday. So I ordered an adapter. It's coming on Saturday during the day, and that one will turn this C into an A. It'll still be 3.2. Then I can plug it into the back of the PC. Then I can get 4K. Okay. Now, I can use this with my PC right now, but it won't do 4K. It'll do 1440p, 1080p, and below. It won't work 4K. If I try to do 4K, it's going to give me an error that's like data error because it's not going to be able to do the speed you need for 4K. All right. It'll do the pass through, but it won't capture in 4K. It'll actually give me an error. Okay. So how dumb is that? That it's like, dude, how many, seriously, how fucking complicated do they have to make all this shit? Why does there have to be 10 different versions and standards of USB? There's the original, then there's type A, then there's the one that used to be the weird double weird edge, then there's the one where they made it sharper, then there's the one where they rounded it. So there's like 4 different types of USB-A. Then they went to 2.0, which is the blue cords, which is the higher data rate. Then they went to 3.0. Then they went to 3.1. Then they went to 3.2. What the fuck is their problem? Just make a new cable at this point. Seriously. That way there's no confusion. If they just made a whole new port on here and a whole new port over there, no one would be confused about what's what. This is stupid. What it is this is so dumb. It's just, it hurts the consumer. There is no fucking way that a normal person who isn't completely invested in tech would understand any of this. All right? I know, because I'm trying to understand it and I'm just getting caught up with it. But there's people who are techie people who I know who are helping me with this, and they're like, fuck, didn't realize it has that cable. Now you got to order an adapter. Fuck, why doesn't your motherboard have that? I know. This is stupid. This is stupid. It's just insane. So today, if you want me, we can try to get this working with the PC. We could. That's up to you guys. I'm going to leave today's stream up to you. If you just want to do 3 hours of flight sim, we could do that. Or we could plug this in. We could get the RGBs going. I can use the app to get the RGBs programmed. As important as that is, right? And then we can get it working. We could do up to 1440p quality. We could test it if you want. All right? Or we could just say, forget this. Don't do it yet. Wait for the adapter to come. And then we could try to do it maybe next week. Because, I'm not here Saturday. So, Sunday, Monday, maybe we can mess it down. It's up to you guys. I really don't care. At any point, we're going to have a good day no matter what. It's going to be a chill stream. All right. So I'm not nervous or anything. But yeah, is it frustrating that this is the state of current technology? Fuck yeah, it is. This is incredibly stupid, is what this is. It shouldn't be like this. This is dumb as hell. All right. The other thing, I'm actually very grateful. I ordered 15-foot 8K 2.1 HDMI cables because look how short this cable is. This isn't even 3 feet, I don't think. Maybe 3 feet. So this can only be 3 feet away from my capture PC. Okay, and it has to be plugged into the back, into the special 3.2 USB port. So it's got to be really close to the PC. So I need those long cables to run across my whole floor. I wouldn't even be able to put this in the middle. Like right now, the capture device that I'm using is in the middle of my floor, and it's got a USB 2 cable running from it into an extension, and that extension is running to the back of my capture PC. I couldn't do that because it has to be 3.2. Can't use extension cables at all. So instead, I have to rely on this incredibly short cable, and then I have to use 2 insanely long HDMIs to run across my floor to my capture or my PC or console, and then to my TV. It's ridiculous. Absolutely, positively, 100% ridiculous shit. Anyway, so obviously I'm venting a bit because why on earth, especially for when you're spending a lot of money, none of this is cheap. This was around $200. It was on sale for under $200 because of Black Friday. I think it was like $180. So this is expensive. The PC is expensive. The cables, everything's expensive. So why is it all fucking so complicated? It's like they want to torture the consumer. Hey, how can we make this as annoying as possible so there's no way that you could ever actually use something when it arrives? that you just always have to go back and get something else, something else, something else. It's just wild and stupid. If I were working with these companies, I'd be like, hey, dunces, make it dunce proof. You know what this is the perfect example of? I'm going to tell you. Something like this or that PC situation, this is called, I'm book smart, but I have no street smarts whatsoever, right? I can make the good piece of hardware, but I don't actually have like the brain to apply it to real life. A normal consumer buying this product just wants to plug it in and use it. They don't want to have to buy adapters, extra cables, do a super specific USB port on their computer. They just want to have it work. So do that. Make it so that it works. It's too expensive to include 2 USB cables, one for Type A and one for Type C. That's too hard to do. What would have been an extra $1 to the production cost of this unit? Too hard. Oh, very, very difficult, right? This is so dumb. You know, again, make it work. Same thing with people who program all this like YouTube and shit, right? So they program something and it doesn't work at line. Oh, I thought it would work. Well, did you test it? Are you someone who actually uses YouTube at a line level every day? Or are you a nerd who sits behind a desk and codes all day and just assumes this is how it works, but you don't know if that's how it works because you don't actually use the site? Duh. I guess I'm a nerd. Yeah, you are. You are. And that's who makes these kind of products. That's who made that motherboard over there that has 17 different kinds of USB on it, none of which makes sense. They should all be the standard. None of this makes any sense. This is all techie people who don't have real-life application, and then they fuck everything up. And then the normal person buys it and gets it. I can't use it. Why not? I spent the money. I worked hard. I earned the money. I spent the money. Now let me use your device. No. Here comes 17 more hurdles before you can use our device. What's your fucking problem? Live in the real world. Unreal. Okay. Anyway. Oh, yeah? Battleduck says, and this is just consumer grade. He says, actually, when you go to even higher grade, so you're talking like, you know, business level or really high-end techie level. He goes, when something goes wrong, it's insane. Like, yeah, it's stupid. Like, who wants to spend all this time? You know what I'm saying? I don't understand it. Like everyone's to blame here. Number one, why doesn't my motherboard have a USB-C 3.2? Why not? I don't know. It has a USB-C 3.1 and a USB-A 3.2. Why doesn't it have the C? I don't know. Because they skimped? Because they cut corners? Would it have cost an extra $2 to put that on the motherboard? Why can't they include the cable in here? That would have cost an extra $1 of production. You know what I mean? Like, oh, so to go the extra mile for the consumer has become too tedious, too hard for these companies. They can't do it so that you can just use everything. Instead, the consumer needs to somehow do 500 hours of research. Like that PC, when I bought it, no one could figure out what motherboard it had. It's not listed anywhere. You can't find the model of motherboard. It wasn't until I got that PC and I opened it and I read the model number off the motherboard that people could actually look it up on the internet and find out what it actually had. Why? Is it too hard to list the actual stats of the fucking device someone's buying, you know, from your business? Too difficult. Anyway, so I received a $1.10 tip from the Diarrhea Gargler. That's pretty par for the course, isn't it? There you go. I cured it with my brain says, well, if they actually listed the motherboard model, fewer people would buy the PC. You're probably right. So again, what is it? It's a company trying to cut corners, a company trying to scam the consumer. It's messed up. What kind of a world do we live in, man? Right? All right. So anyway, my rant is done. I need to get that out of the way, obviously. But it's frustrating. Tech is frustrating. It is. PC tech is incredibly frustrating. It's over the top frustrating. I know. Because I used to go through this kind of same shit back when I was buying and building PCs and everything. Same stuff. Oh, this isn't compatible. Why not? Who knows? Why didn't it say it wasn't compatible? Well, because no one's put any of that information on the internet, because then you wouldn't buy the product. Oh, okay. So you're scamming me. Gotcha. So anyway, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Listen, I want you to understand, even though I'm venting, I'm incredibly happy to be able to afford this stuff. This is something that, again, a super high-end capture card, a PC that it will work with when the adapter arrives on Saturday. This is all, it's just water under the bridge. It's just silly stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's going to work. It's just a little bit more work. But I am so thankful that you guys have supported me so much and given me so much this year. Me just ranting about it. I'm not angry at anyone. I'm not angry at you. I'm not angry. You know, it's just a situation. This is how, sadly, these companies operate now. Anything they can do to save a buck so that you get screwed over. They don't care. You know? So here I am. I spent $1,600 on that PC. It was like $1,550, right? Actually, it's a $1,900 PC. I just spent like $180 on this. It really is over $200 unit, but it was a Black Friday sale. So I'm spending top dollar, right, for expensive stuff. They don't care to tell you what's in it, to give you what you need to use it. Oh, whatever, fuck you. You figure it out. That's consumerism. That's how corporations work in 2024. It really is just like a sad state that this is how we've let it get. But that's how it is, man. You just got to deal with it, right? So that's like, it's all right. We'll get through it. Things will work. This will work. Like, this will work right now. If I plug it into the C port instead of the A, it'll do 1440p. It just doesn't have the bandwidth to do 4K yet. I would like to do a 4K video. The truth is, I probably won't do 4K anyway. The file size is too large, and it's impractical. Like, to stream at 4K 60 frames, you guys would probably try to watch it. It would destroy your internet. You'd be like, what the fuck are you doing to me? My data use is insane to try to watch this at 4K 60 frames. So I probably would never even stream at it. I might record as like a gimmick. I might record at it every once in a while just to test it. But it's definitely not something that I would do at all on the regular. You know what I mean? It's just I'd like to have that capability. Maybe the internet infrastructure will upgrade in the next 5 years, and then, hey, we all want 4K video. But for me, I'm probably going to be doing 1440p, which the USB-C can do anyway. I mean, just on a whim, we might want to plug it in and see what the RGBs look like, because it's probably going to be really silly, don't you think? RGBs on a capture device? Why is that even on there? That's ridiculous to me. Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys for a great podcast. Jade says, can we go to Godzilla's home today or the next time? Japan? I wonder. Anyone want to fly to Japan? Well, first of all, is Darkside Pimp still here? Because Darkside Pimp is by far the biggest contributor of today, and they would get to choose. Oh yeah, he's here. He says, just shut up and consume our products. That's right. That's what they want. You're the person who earns the money and spends the money on the products. Just shut up and consume more. That should be my opinion, right? Don't ever criticize. Don't ever speak out. Just shut up and spend. To Darkside Pimp, if you're going to stick around, you will get to choose the first place we fly today in Flight Sim. Think about a world location you like to travel and fly over, and let me know. JLB did a $10 Canadian super chat and says, on a positive note, if everything's too easy, getting it working wouldn't be so rewarding. I guess that's true too. Right? Here we are. We're basically almost at the end of the finish line. There's 2 hurdles left. Getting this fully working with the PC, and then getting the PC fully working with OBS and my setup to have the podcast, to have the animations, to have everything working. And that's going to be a migration. That's going to be a pain. I'm fully expecting a lot of stress when I do the migration over. I am. Okay? I know some things ain't going to work. Files are going to be lost. It's going to be like, ah. But then, to have that new setup, to have better streaming quality for you, to have better on-demand videos for you, to be able to have a Steam Deck or Stream Deck that I can, transition between scenes easily, right? All this stuff is going to be sweet once it actually works. So I am very much, looking forward to that and anticipating it. It's going to be a little bit of work. I don't know when exactly we're going to do this great migration. Maybe it'll be next week, maybe not. We got to find the right time to do it. But I'm ready. I am ready to be finally caught up with technology. This is the highest standard. I mean, that's why it doesn't work. It's 3.2 USB. It's the fastest standard. It's the highest quality of capture. You know, I'm up there. I'm right up there with the industry. So this is cool that I'm finally going to be able to do it. Am I crispy yet? Oh, I'm not crispy yet. We're getting crispy, though. We'll be crispy very shortly. By the way, how many of you have ordered the new design sweatshirt off of darksidephil.shop today? If you ordered one of these today, raise your hand right now. Well, I don't know why I did that. I can't see you when you raise your hand. I'm not there with you. That's kind of silly. But maybe someone got one. These are nice. And there's other designs, too. It's not just this design. There's a bunch of other designs as well. So definitely look into it. It's darksidephil.shop, okay? Jane says, I'm thankful for Kat and Jasper. You seem more happy, and I'm happy to see you happy. Thank you. Thank you. I am happy. Understand, as frustrating as something like this can be, this is nothing. This is a negligible little thing we'll get past, right? I'm excited for the future. We've got so much great, positive stuff coming, professional level equipment with great, quality coming. Everything is happening in a rapid pace, and things are great, and I'm very happy. Understand that, okay? Enemy Warlock says, the guy that had the comment about professional equipment's dead on. It's the same thing when you spend thousands on something and it just doesn't work. Happens quite often. Yeah, I mean, you would think I'm spending, this is an investment for me. You have to understand, I can't just drop $2,000+. I just spent $300 on universal power supplies. I spent like almost $300 on the internal capture card I have to return now. I spent over $100 on the expansion SSD. I spent $200 on this external capture device. I spent $1,500 plus tax, so almost after tax and everything, it's like $1,700+ on that PC. So I just spent like $3,000+ in this last week to upgrade my setup, and I can't use it yet. Why? Because they have to make it complicated, because they don't care about the end user. If they did, this would be, watch this, plug, 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 on, done. Instead, oh, it doesn't have this, it doesn't have that, you need this adapter, you got to fuck with this doesn't work. Why? Why can't the company make it easy? Again, book smart, not street smart. They don't have the street smart to say, this is how it gets actually used by the end user. Let's just make it easy for them. Instead, well, technically this should work because the pop here should be this here, and you plug this to A to the C to the 3.1 to the 3.2, but then the bit rate is this and that and this and that. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Just make it work for everyone. It doesn't matter if you have to spend an extra $1 to put the extra cable in the box, or you have to spend the extra $2 to put the extra port on the motherboard. Just do it and shut up. Stop with the little bitchy, penny pinching, techie bullshit. No one cares. We just want to use the tech we paid for. Wow. Yeah, that's true. I cured it with my brain set. I just replaced my kitchen range. It didn't even come with a power cable. I had to drive to the hardware store and buy it separate. Yeah, that's true. They don't come with anything. I had to, that same thing with my washer dryer I just showed you. I had to buy all the accessories separate. Nothing comes with it. You had to buy the water lines. You had to buy the exhaust duct for the dryer. You had to buy the 2 different power cables because they're 2 completely different kinds of power cables. You have to buy everything separate. Nothing. You can't just give us that. We're consumers. We just spent $3,000 on your fucking washer dryer. Could you just give us the things we need to use it? Why do you got to be so fucking cheap? Why you got to cut corners? The consumer doesn't deserve to be treated like dirt. I received an $8 tip. Oh my gracious me, it seems I have accidentally tipped you today. Wow. Well, whoever this is, thank you very, very much for an $8 tip. And somehow, this has made an incredibly round $250 of support on today's Thanksgiving stream. And I very much appreciate that. Thank you so very much. Thanks to everyone. I mean, today, we got good tips. We got a great amount of gifted subs on Kick. And we've got 1 super chat. Basically, the YouTube side is kind of the light side, which is fine. I got so much support today already. I'm incredibly grateful. Thank you guys. If you're watching and you were going to support today and you're watching on Kick, gifted subs today help a ton because today is technically like the last day that Kick counts towards the month. They always cut off the last 1 or 2 days, and I'm actually going to get paid by Kick on like the 1st or 2nd. It was the 1st last month. So anything you do on Kick today helps me a lot in the short term. So please consider contributing on Kick. Maybe give some subs to the community over there if you want to help out. All right. Gar says, all hail the MF and King. Happy Thanksgiving to Phil. Thank you, Gars. Good to have you here. Genesis Gaming says, will you change your OBS to have presets for the correct camera size? You don't have to resize every time. I'm trying to think. I do, like right now, as long as I don't change the resolution of stuff, like my webcam, right? My webcam is 1080p. I don't think I would want to go higher than that. Like I could. With this new PC and everything, my webcam, I think, does 4K. I could do fucking 4K quality. Do you really want to see me in 4K? Do you really want to see me in 4K? Hold on a second. Let me ask you the question again. You ready? Do you really want to see me in 4K? Really? I mean, that's, you know, now you're really pushing your luck. It's bad enough that you're seeing me in 1080p right now, 60 frames. Can you imagine this mug in 4K? Every disgusting detail, every pore, every flopping jowl in full 4K resolution. I don't think so. I think we all want to hold back our barf bags. You know what I'm saying? I mean, let's hold back a little bit here, and just, I think we're okay with 1080p for now. Maybe down the line we'll do something silly, but I don't think we should stay away from the 4K webcam at this point. But as long as I keep everything the same, okay? So if I always capture at the same quality, if I always stream at the same, and I always have the webcam at the same, I don't have to resize anything. If you haven't noticed, look. No resizing needed, as long as it's the same resolution, right? Now, I think what you're saying is, are you going to have different resolutions that you jump across? I don't think I need to. With this new setup, 1080p shouldn't be a problem. It should always be 1080p webcam, you know, probably 1440p visuals. That's what I'm thinking, like 1440p video for the game and for the streams. Like, so on demand and the streams will be 1440p. The only exception will be Kick viewers. You guys on Kick, I'm sorry. Kick is only good enough for 1080p for whatever reason. I don't know why they limit you to 8500K. Maybe, who knows? Because I'm going to be using new codecs and everything too. Maybe I will be able to do 1440p over on Kick. If the codec is going to compress it enough that I can broadcast at 8500 kilobits and still do 60 frames, maybe it would. I don't know. I mean, you guys would know better than me. You know, this capture device does everything. So, dependent on, you know, the codecs that I can now use with my new graphics card and the processor in the new PC, maybe it's a possibility. I don't know. We'll have to see. But I'm thinking and hoping I will not have to change the size of anything. Like, everything will just stay solid and always, you know, never having to swap around. Absolutely, JD says, will you tell Kat that I'm thankful for her as well? I will. I tell Kat all the time how, you know, how I tell her how she's changed my life positively and how everyone appreciates it. Because you guys see it. You've seen the changes in me, right? You have. You've seen the massive changes. I used to be this really angry guy all the time. And if anything, I think you notice now that there's no reason to be angry anymore. I'm just a happy guy that gets frustrated over silly things like this. But, you know, I'm pretty happy in my life. I'm very excited. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the reasoning why Kick limits their streams to 8500 kilobits. I mean, technically, Twitch still limits their streams to 6500. Kick actually has a better bitrate than Twitch. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Like, that's not a good bitrate at all. Like, a lot of games, you try to stream at that, they're going to be pixelated no matter what you do. I don't know what they're thinking of. Kick currently only supports X264 and H264 encodings. Let me see something. Will they let me look at this? It's just taking it from OBS. Wonder. I must be using H264 for the stream then, if that's the case. I am. I'm using H264 outputs. So I think that'll be all right. It just means I'll be using the old encoding then. They don't have AV1 support. So when I stream to YouTube, I'll be using AV1. I'll be using 1440p quality. I'll be doing a really high bit rate. Like I used to stream around 1500. I might be able to do bigger than that. I might be able to do like 20,000 kilobits per second. So my YouTube streams are going to look primo. They're going to be really smooth, no pixelation at all, super crisp, high quality stuff on YouTube. Kick might have to skimp a little bit, and that's their limitations, you know? I'm sorry about that. I guess we'll have to see. Exactly. YouTube could afford it because YouTube is the biggest. You know, they're Alphabet, Google. They're giant. They have all this unlimited funds to do whatever. You know, Kick, they probably just got to do, you know, a small standard or whatever. Stewart says he just tried Balatro. It is pretty fun and a chill stream game. Awesome to hear. Felix DeMay says, are you streaming on the new PC? No, we haven't done anything yet. The device arrived today, but it only works at 1440p. It won't work at 4K yet until I get an adapter, which I ordered. We may plug it in and test it today regardless, just to look at the fancy RGBs on the front, which are probably ridiculously stupid, but I guess we'll see. No, 1440p is going to be standard for now. Like, no one is actively constantly streaming at 4K 60 frame. Dude, you know the bandwidth of that alone? It's insane. Like I was saying, right now, I'm recording 1080p, 20,000 kilobits per second videos, but they are the old standard. I believe that they're whatever that standard is that we were just saying. So it's the old encoding standard. I could check actually. Hold on. X264. Yep. The local, it's X264 local recording. That's what I use. So the files are very large, okay? And when I upload them, so I'll go on break between my streams. My stream will end at 4 o'clock, and then I'll come back to stream around like 6:30, right? Sometimes the videos don't even finish uploading. They're just taking so long to upload, I can't finish them all before my second stream. And then after the second stream ends, then I have to resume the uploads. And there's nothing I can do about that. Now, that's 1080p. Can you imagine with the file size of a 4K video, how long it would take to upload to YouTube? You're probably talking half the day, you know? So right now, I don't realistically see it being feasible at all to do. I think in the future, if internet speeds improve, if YouTube's ingestion servers improve, and what I mean by that is them taking data in actually is slow as well. I think one of the problems uploading to YouTube is there's a bottleneck on their servers where it won't take the data faster. So if they improve that system, you know, we're talking years down the line, then maybe 4K will be a standard for me. Okay? But I seriously just don't think it's going to work right now. I think we'll stick to 1440p, which will be an improvement. Anyone watching on YouTube, you're going to immediately see a nice improvement, the stuff I'm doing once we get this going. And of course, the other improvement, I'll be running on Windows 11. I'll be able to have all the modern stuff working, bells and whistles, Stream Deck, you know, working and everything. That's the big advantage here, is I'm not 10 years outdated with failing fans and hard drives and Windows 8.1 and nothing works with it. I'll be able to use everything I want, which will be really cool. What's the dollar amount to determine where the plane goes first today? Darkside Pimp, 25 gifted subs on Kick. That's $125 that he basically contributed to the stream. He's half of that total. So that he will be determining first. Second would have been Perry the White. Perry the White gifted 5 subs. So that's the equivalent of $25. And then third place would actually be Jason with that $20 tip. Of course, it depends on if they stuck around. I don't know if they're going to stick around or not. We'll have to see. You'll be around a little bit before dinner. Darkside Pimp, did you decide? Did you decide where you want to go? Where do you want to go? Book your flight right now. Where would you like us to go for our first flight? That's right. Perry the White gifted 10. My bad. Perry the White gifted 10 subs. So Perry the White is 50. So it's 125, then 50, then 20. That's the order of contributors right now. So it would be Darkside Pimp, Perry the White, Jason in that order. Jason is in the chat on the YouTube side, or he was, but I don't know if he's still there. Oh, he's still there. He says Egypt and the pyramids. There you go. All right. So Jason says Egypt and the pyramids. Is Perry still here? Because Perry could choose too. No, we have not gone to Washington, D.C. and flown over the White House or any of the monuments yet. No, we have not. That's available. All right, Darkside Pimp wants to go to Washington, D.C. We'll lock it in. So first place we're going is Washington, D.C. If Perry is here, he gets to choose number 2. Jason wants to go to the Egypt and the pyramids. That's number 3. And then we'll see how much time we have. Unless someone else contributes in the meantime and beats those, because it's $125, $50, and $20 respectively. So if anyone, contributes more, they'll basically kind of skip the line. You see? They'll jump the line. So let's see what happens. Did I install HD textures on Microsoft Flight Simulator? I didn't install anything extra. I did everything, whatever it was when you booted it up at first, and I put it all on like Ultra, and that's what I've done. I don't even know how to install HD textures. No. I don't know how to do it. When I'm in DC, can I visit FT Meyer, where the first airplane fatality occurred when a Wright flyer crashed during a demo flight? I mean, I have no idea how we would find that unless they marked it as a landmark on the map. I don't know. That would be feasible. I'm willing to try if you guys have recommendations or coordinates. Look for the scorch marks. I'm sure they cleaned them up by now, Battle Duck. All right, so I think at this point we're ready to adjourn, right? We're getting ready to adjourn the podcast. So no, I've never had a turducken. I've heard so much about it, but I've never had the turducken before. JLB says, I might pop in for a Vancouver trip near the end to see how the local neighborhood looks. The Mario Kart track wasn't too accurate. There you go. All right. Currently, JLB with the $10 super chat. So we'll see. We'll see how much time we have, right? Cool. But Perry the White has not spoken yet. Perry the White's in both chats, but hasn't said anything about where he wants to go. So first it's DC. Then we'll see if Perry speaks up. Then we're doing Egypt and the pyramids for Jason. And then we'll go from there. And we'll see if anyone actually contributes bigger than those 3 totals, which is 125, 50, or 20. They'll jump the line and we'll go there instead. We'll see what happens. Okay? Belgium? Perry the White says maybe Belgium. Ooh. Or what that would look like. I don't think we've ever flown to Belgium. A lot of these places we did in the last game, but I don't think we went to Belgium before. That could be interesting. Cool. All right. Well, suffice it to say, I think, should we hold off on this until the adapter's here? And then at least we could plug it in and fully get it at 4K. You know what I mean? Mess around. What I need to do, I need to uninstall the Elgato internal card, pack that up. I got to return that on Saturday, get my money back for it. And then on Saturday, the adapter is going to show up, and then I can actually plug this into the proper 3.2 USB port, and then we can get it working to full capacity, including 4K quality and all of that, and go from there, right? So, excuse me. Yeah, I think here's the thing, like, we're in no rush for this. I can't fully use it right now anyway, so there's really no reason, I think. I wanted to see the RGBs. I did. I wanted to see what they look like, because they're probably really silly. But we could hold off. Maybe do this Sunday, Monday, when the adapter's here. I'm not here Saturday, so probably Sunday, Monday, after the adapter has arrived, we'll probably plug it in and get it working with the new PC. what I have to do is I have to uninstall the card and uninstall all the shit we installed on that PC. Because remember, we installed a bunch of drivers and shit we don't need anymore. So I got to figure out how to uninstall all that crap now. And the Elgato software, I got to get rid of that too. Yeah. Okay. You always hear RGB as real Ghostbusters. I'm new to it. I never had any experience with this RGB stuff until that PC came in August. And then I started messing with it, and I was like, dang, this stuff is, like, cool. And then I bought this keyboard and mouse, not even knowing that they synced with RGB. And now the whole setup is all synced. It's, like, really cool. All right. Let's just get this out of the way. And obviously, I'd like to thank you guys for already an incredibly fun and entertaining and supported Level 1 podcast today on Thanksgiving. I hope that you all enjoyed. Thank you all. I will be here tomorrow. Tomorrow is Black Friday. So tomorrow we'll be talking about shopping. We'll be talking about how Thanksgiving went. And tomorrow will be a full day of content. I hope that you'll join me for it. It should be a great one. But in the meantime, thank you all. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there who celebrates it. Have a good day. I'll see you all on Friday.